because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein files.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape.
Ted Lieu accuses Pam Bondi of lying under oath to her face, leading to all-out clash. This is the moment a routine hearing turns into a direct confrontation. Not just politics, but a serious accusation made live, under oath, as the shadow of Jeffrey Epstein and the stakes around Donald Trump take center stage. Because when the Attorney General says there is no evidence, and a lawmaker immediately challenges that with documents, everything shifts. And when Ted Lieu says, on record, that he believes she just lied under oath, that's not just a claim, that's a line being crossed, with real consequences. So watch closely, not just what is said, but how it unfolds.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures, but you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You answered
Prince
the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
to
Please
sign
stop the clock.
the legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim
ridiculous.
my time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein files.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The structure of what just happened becomes very clear. This was not random questioning. This was a calculated buildup by Ted Lieu. He starts by anchoring everything in prior Department of Justice positions under Pam Bondi, locking in her stance that there was not enough evidence to pursue certain individuals. Then he widens the frame, bringing in Prince Andrew, introducing context that suggests there was at least material worth investigating. This step matters, because it weakens the claim that there was nothing there. And only after that does he bring the focus back to Donald Trump and Epstein. And notice how he does it, not with an immediate accusation, but with a question. Were there underage girls at those parties? A question that forces a definitive answer, and creates risk if answered too broadly. Bondi's response is just as strategic. Instead of directly addressing the specifics, she pivots to Merrick Garland, shifting the conversation backward, reframing responsibility, a classic deflection under pressure. But Lieu cuts that off quickly. He agrees briefly, removes the distraction, and returns to the present. And that's when the tone shifts completely. I believe you just lied under oath. That statement transforms the exchange, from political debate into a direct allegation of criminal conduct. Bondi reacts instantly, emotionally. Don't you ever accuse me of a crime? And that reaction becomes part of the narrative itself, because in moments like this, tone shapes perception. To some, it signals strength. To others, it signals pressure. Lieu stays controlled. He doesn't match the emotion. He returns to documentation, to specifics, to a witness statement, a limo driver, a recorded account, a claim that directly challenges the idea of no evidence. And that is the core conflict here. What counts as evidence? Bondi presents it as absolute. No evidence, no case. Lieu reframes it as a threshold. If there is testimony, if there are claims, is that enough to investigate? Two different standards, two different narratives. And from a political standpoint, both sides are playing their roles. Bondi reinforcing certainty and loyalty around Donald Trump. Lieu introducing doubt, pressure, and the need for further scrutiny. The media framing will split. One side focusing on the lack of charges, the other focusing on the existence of allegations. But the bigger questions remain. Why was the witness not interviewed? What threshold does the Justice Department use to act? And how should the public interpret absolute statements made under oath when new claims emerge? Because this is bigger than one exchange. This is about trust, accountability, and how power responds when directly challenged. So the real question is this. Do you see this as a political attack, a legal challenge, or something in between? And does this moment increase your trust in the system or raise more doubts? If you want more deep breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the next one.